My name is Daniel Afolabi. So I have a background in HR, human
Okay.
resource, from my university. So then after graduation, I got into HCM, human capital management.
Okay.
So I've been in HCM since 2016, 2017.
Okay.
So basically as a support for an organization called Cabo Solutions.
And how much time you have spent on the HCM support?
So for HCM support, I've spent like 4 to 5 years.
Oh, that sounds great. That's a huge time. So on 4 to 5,
Mhm.
6 years, you just spend on support. Why not you will come to the end-to-end implementation?
So that is the challenge. So the organization I'm assigned to did not do any implementation throughout these years except the
Okay.
travel management solution.
So why are you pursuing the same organization for about 4 to 6 years? That's a huge time, Daniel. You just have to go for and look for around for
Eh, eh,
the consulting firm to get for the implementation, because to be frankly speaking, spending a lot of time on the support, yes, I know learning on the support is very great, much more than end-to-end implementation. But after all, if you go for big organizations like IBM, Wipro, PwC, EY, Accenture, Deloitte, they will ask for the end-to-end implementation rather than the support.
Yeah, so which is one of the things that have been knocking me off all these job opportunities.
Okay.
Yes, do you have any implementation experience? I say for one project or none. So it has been
But being as
difficult.
being as a support experience also, you can say not that bad. It will always feel the good, and even when you have the combination for HCM that much experience and with the success factor, this will makes you the edge and give you the wings to fly. I ensure you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now that I'm coming here, I got an hint that there's an organization going Success Factor, and the project has been taken for Wipro by Wipro
Okay.
for implementation.
Okay. Okay.
So I just want to be ahead so that if they finish the implementation and they look for support and Success Factor,
Okay.
if they might consider me or not. So I need to do this fast.
Okay. So, okay, Daniel, without just wasting any further time, just let's start our topic. Okay.
Okay.
So, welcome to MA Consulting. Here we have a session on SuccessFactor Employee Central, and I have been here to instruct SAP SuccessFactor training, and I am your trainer. My name is Hafiz. Okay,
Okay. Yes,
so
sir.
previously, all of you attended the first of session as demo session, which is all about the basic idea about what is curriculum and what we are going to look towards this training program and basics of introduction SuccessFactor. Let's recap. First of all, I will tell you today agenda is success factor implementation methodology. That is very important thing. We are using here activate methodology. We have two methodologies, ASAP methodology and activate methodology, but for success factor we are using activate methodology. Workbook configuration, that's the most important part in SAP success factor. Not only just employee center but all the other talent modules where you will get the requirement gathering process done under the workbook configurations. Okay, and then we came up to provisioning, login and company setting. Provisioning is a place we will do our activation 15%, and then we will be able to do configuration on our instance for the rest of 85%. Without those 15% activation you will not be able to do any kind of activation on instance system. And last, for today we will see send a user welcome email. If any new employee came into the company, we will generate an automated email from the SAP SuccessFactors system.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to start with content. Basically, previous session, what we have been discussing in the previous session is all about what is success factor, and what are the set of modules that basically have on it all that. So on main point is that it is SuccessFactors is a cloud-based HR solution where it has multiple modules in it, bunch of almost 10 modules like PMGM, EC, recruiting management, like that 10 modules, and out of which this is in this weekend curriculum program, the top modules like Employee Central we will cover. And basically, the entire SAP SuccessFactors suite is categorized into core HR and talent solution. So the major set of module is HR. Employee Central is very much more important module, and the other one is the talent solution, RCM, compensation management, PMGM, performance and goal management, learning management, all that fall into the talent category. So that's why we have a wide range of modules in here in SAP SuccessFactors Suite, and all modules are actually classified into four categories as I already shown you in the last time. This is actually so all these modules of SAP SuccessFactors are classified into four categories, where Employee Center will be called as core HR category, and these PMGM, LMS, career development planning, RCM, etc. they fall under talent category. But the most market demanding tool are Employee Central, RCM, and PMGM. As Employee Central is a core, so that's why most of the client are going towards Employee Central first of all, and then they will go for the talent modules.
Okay.
And also we have a dedicated module for advanced analytics reporting, which is workforce analytics and planning. So every module have its own reporting capability. Beyond that, if you want to generate very advanced reports, want to fetch the data of multiple reports, and want to generate the pie chart graph on advanced analysis, so by even comparing your company's data with your industry's benchmark. For example, if you have pharmaceutical company, when the pharma industry benchmark of Pakistan or across the world comparison of your appraisal, all that can be happen through workforce analytics and planning. And last one is Jam. We don't call it a module. It's like an add-on application. Daniel, please mute from your side. On every slide, after I will stop and ask if you have any question, then you can just let me know. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, and the last one is Jam. We don't call it a module. It is add-on application like LinkedIn to connect professionally with all your colleague or ex-colleague, basically collaborating with each other, the employees of within the company across the globe. Don't need we don't need separate certification for that. It's just a add-on application for the customer. So that's why we have 10 module categorized into four categories, and this is completely based on the cloud platform that is also we have been discussing previous session. What is cloud? So before going on, do you have any questions? So after every two slides I will ask, if you have any question you can just do let me know.
Okay, so my question is just from the Employee Central and the talent solutions. I did not see anything like the payroll part of it.
Basically, payroll where we have included on Employee Central Payroll ECP. So we don't call it
Oh,
a separate module. Basically, the Employee Central payroll fall on Employee Central only, because we have some
okay.
you can say advanced topics in Employee Center like time management. Even you will be able to see different certification for time management, but it was not the separate module, it follow on Employee Central, right? Even global benefits, advances, loans, all are advanced topics of Employee Central. They are not just the separate module.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes.
Okay, so what is cloud? Remotely hosted the data and accessing the data on demand whenever we required is called SaaS, software as a service platform, or the cloud platform. And those remote locations where the customer data is hosted is called data center. So today SAP is operating 15 data center across the globe, where all the global customer data is hosted. So in that data center we have our data that is hosted. So out of 15 data center example, just a couple of example I'm just telling you. Amsterdam, Netherlands data center, which is the data center number 2. The data center 10 is in Sydney, Australia. Like that, we have a couple of data center in Saudi Arabia, one in North America, South Africa, Singapore, like that, multiple across the globe. So that is remotely hosting the data and accessing the data on demand whenever we want. Same like Facebook, Gmail, LinkedIn, Google Photos, G Drive. The way SuccessFactors also function like the same. Any question from slide 6?
No, please go ahead.
Also, we have been discussing on commercial benefits. Basically, the global customers see, so licensing cost is very user friendly. Hardware, they don't need to invest on hardware, servers and all. Updates come on every 6 months. In the month of May and in the month of November are completely free of cost, and it can access from anywhere, anytime, from any part of the globe. So these are all the various advantages our customers see. And we also understand that SuccessFactors supports 14 language per latest number across the globe, and its solution are applicable for 168 countries across the globe. That is clearly shows the global presence of SAP SuccessFactors, global consulting opportunities we have in SuccessFactors. So global capability, sorry, acceptability is completely based on cloud platform. Any question on slide 7 or 8?
No, no, I'm fine. I'm
This is
just looking
this is
at
just this is
the.
just a recap. This is just a recap, Daniel. Don't worry. This is just a
Yes,
recap.
yes,
Okay.
I understand. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And later on, we got introduced with the system that are involved in SAP SuccessFactors. So whenever we work on the SuccessFactor configuration, so there are two systems, as I already told you before. On SAP SuccessFactor, where work on the SuccessFactor configuration, there are two systems. One is provisioning system, which is the backend of the system where we will be able to do activation on 15%, and the other is called instance system, which is called as the front end system where we will do the rest of the configuration for 85. Basically both systems are two important system, and actually without any of them can't work actually. So the entire project ratio is divided into two system. In provisioning level, where you have to do only 15% of activation, can be done on provisioning. Only a certified SAP SuccessFactors consultant will be able to access, because when you clear your exam, you will got one SAP as user ID that will you will be able to access provisioning of any firm. Majority of business configuration, validation, workflows, all we will do in instance system. 85% configuration we will do on the instance system. On the front end side, and the main thing, without doing 15% provisioning activation, you can't do 85% instance front end system configuration. That is the dependency. Okay, so just let me take you to the system. Here you can see we have just login, user name and password. Then we can access the system anywhere around the globe. So this is the system that I have been shown you in the previous session, which is the instance side, where I told you its login page can be customized, background colors can be changed, and you can update your logo. And
Yes.
everybody
Okay.
and everybody when they log in, they have their own credential. Every employer, right from CEO to the peon who have the system access, have their login credential. And whenever user login, the first page normally users see the home page, normally called as landing page. And this is again configurable and customizable. We will do in the next session, and the way how home page configuration can be happened. Even you can change your landing page also. You just want landing page from rather than home page to employee profile. We can do this also. Now
Okay.
here the quick action, and this is the fingertip access data item in the system, guys. So with the single click you will be able to see the pending task in your name, With tile report, here you can see quick actions, clock time, delegate workflows. This is all just the shortcuts. View tile
Okay.
report, you will be able to see reporting data like with the single click on my profile. You will be able to navigate your employer on profile and you can look at your own information. So this is the home page is going to give you a fingertip access to a lot of information across the SAP SuccessFactors system, and of course this is customizable. So this standard action you have here, you can also add additional quick actions on this. Here I will show you just one. By clicking on org chart, you will be able to land on org chart page because they are just the shortcuts. See, with just one click we will be able to land on the org chart. Okay, Daniel?
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just come back.
So this is a good thing because one of the issues in my support was HCM was the HR does not have org charts that carries staff pictures.
Yes,
So
basically
I think this is good.
this is totally like you can say very easy, much more easier than SAP HCM. So this was more
Okay.
easy than the HCM, and you have more you can say command on the functional side rather than the HCM. You will have to do the customization and will have always have to depend on the ABAP, the technical side, and you will have to ask to make the customized report. Rather than this, on SuccessFactor you have the functional have much more control rather than the technical side. He has to done all the customization. I'm not saying that we don't have done not doing any customization on SAP SuccessFactor. We can do it, but rather than you will have to ask every time to a mapper just create me just this report, time report, any attendance report, because all are customized. Because most of the countries, even Pakistan, I have done get through the much more customized reports on the mapper. So they are like so much difficult to give the understand because they will understand much more let little they will understand that they will create wrong report, then it will be really difficult for us to test the system.
Okay.
So
That's fine. Noted.
okay, thank you. Actually 2022 homepage landing page comes up with new functionalities changes. There is it's a few action cards as you can see on the bottom. These are action cards. Here few action cards, sorry,
Sorry.
engagement cards, and allow you to reminder like work anniversaries or birthdays, view tile reports. This will allow you to access reporting data, etc. So you can add custom action apart from standard SF given to you to enhance this homepage. You can even add additional quick action cards. Here you will see approval cards. This is all for you today. So this is what a homepage
Okay.
which is going to give a fingertip access to data analytics. Like by clicking on view tile report you can have the data analytics. Like this is very much important for the top of management, head of department, and all. With single click you can click on your own profile where you will all your data is maintained, and with a single click on request time off, here you can go to leave application where you can apply your leave. So this is all homepage all about.
Okay. This home page, apologies, this home page is this is the front end. I get the instance of provisioning.
Can you please say it again?
This front page now, this is the instance page, right?
Yes, yes, this is the instance login page. The first page you will be able to see is your home page after login in your instance system. See, when click on time off, a shortcut for create absence is opening pop-up opening. So without going for the time off on employee profile and then go to time off, here I will have a shortcut, click on time off, and then I will create the absence.
Okay.
Okay, so this is organization chart, which is also called as org chart, which is representing complete hierarchy of the employee in the company, right from CEO till the bottom of the organization. You can have the complete hierarchy presented in this way just because of the employee manager relationship data you have maintained. Just let me click on one level up. This is our user, SF admin Anya Singh. Now as Anya Singh is reporting directly report to Charles Brown, and by clicking on just one level up one more time, now here you will see Charles Brown will directly report to Kristen Dolan, as Charles Brown has, you can see, 7 to 8 subordinates, and like this Kristen Dolan, 12 to 15. And if we will go one more level up from Kristen Dolan, you will be able to see Michael Pittman, who has 4 subordinates. And from Michael Pittman, when we click on just one level up, we have Mohan Kumar, the CEO of Best Corporation. Did you got it, Daniel?
Yes, I got it.
Yes, this in
So
there.
so so
Yes,
please,
yes, yes. Just
the
tell me.
question is just I noticed the organization I support, they just changed their nomenclatures to the one you're showing me, like the VP
Yes,
and the CHRO. Is this a nomenclature for success factor or a different country?
means can you please repeat down your question?
Okay, while showing the positions, I can see the VP, the
Yes, we have different.
CHRO.
Yes, we have different org chart from our organizational chart. This is organizational chart, the organization way. You can even also look for the position org chart, company structure overview, directory, and resources. This is basically the org chart where you have your subordinates and elevates in the HCM. Remember, we have this term in HCM, subordinate and elevate.
Yeah, so
And
this one is different from what you
yes,
have on
yes, entirely different in scope.
okay,
Yes, when I will show
okay.
you the position org
Thank
chart.
you.
Basically, this relationship is maintained in employee manager relationship in job relationship portlet. See, as you can see, this also position org chart. If I will go to one level up, this is project manager position, and this position is directly uh, reports to this program manager, like this one up, way up till to the end of CEO. Okay, now the
Okay.
next thing is we have employee profile, which is also called as employee file. This is employee profile page. Each and every user will have their own profile for every employee in the company, like with their own profile picture and their personal information, their salary information, educational detail. Each and every minor detail of information is all present in this employee profile. From top to the bottom, you keep scrolling, like you will be able to see multiple sections, subsections, and portlets of relevant information of employee. So like this is whenever an employee joins the company HR gather all basic information about the employee from him, and the section updated from of his profile. So this profile of course is the major discussion we will have under employee central. As you can see, you will be able to see goal, performance, continuous performance, calibration. Every module has their own separate navigation, but for employee central we don't have. For employee central we will be seeing from this employee profile. Okay, as you can see,
Just like PA30 and PA40
yes, here we have
HCM.
all this bar is represents all the section in the employee profile, and if you click a respective section you will be able to see subsection here. Like in me, this is section we have personal information in and this is subsection, and on subsection we have personal information portlet. Portlet is a thing which host employee data. Portlet is a thing that is hosted employee data. Okay, whatever you will see like id
Okay.
information, national id information, work permit information, all those information are hosted in portlets. In portlets we have different fields, everything that is that can host the employee data. So the next thing is admin center. Admin center is a place where you can see main areas through which we have done configuration. So 85% of the configuration that I will be telling you will be performed in instance through this admin center, and for all of them to trigger points there are all are in the admin center, like performance management configuration options, goal management configuration options, recruiting, reporting and analytics. Everything for every module there will be segregated confidential configurational information option on that module name are mentioned and maintained. They can use these options to do the configuration. So here you can see by clicking on see all.
Okay, maybe later a phase, but I don't know what to click to get to this admin center.
I just tell
But
you, I just
because
tell
it
you,
takes
I just
time,
tell you
maybe
again, I just tell you again. Don't worry, I just tell you again. Navigation. As you can see on my mouse cursor, when you click on this navigation, you will see so many long list. On at the bottom, we have admin center. Here, when you click on this button, you will be able to see all these modules navigation, and at the bottom we have admin center. On admin center, click on see all. 360 reviews, we have some segregated options on BE, calibration, company settings. All you will be able to see. Admin center is just like the SPRO in HCM, where you will do all the configurations. Remember, SPRO is a place where you will do all the configuration for SAP HCM system and for other modules too. See, Daniel, as you can see, we have 360 reviews, BPE development tool, calibration tool. All modules have different, you can say, different screen names. It's just like the SPRO in SAP HCM. Do you know SPRO as you have done configuration?
exactly.
That's the point, because in SPRO we have all the different modules. Similarly, the SPRO like we have admin center. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is all about the admin center. So any question on this?
So okay, it's fine.
So now the provisioning. When you log in into the provisioning, this is how it will appear. So in the real time, for how many projects you are working on will appear in your provisioning login. Currently in this system, two systems are present with the name of demo system and demo latest system, as you can see in the picture. Guys, can you please mute from your side? So basically, company name are their client name, like Nestle company name, and for every customer a unique ID will be given. So as you can see, that is 10 character ID. So in that way, we will have a provisioning separate system and instance as well. So sorry, how do we get these credential login ID and password of represent respective system, and all we will discuss down the line. So when you click on the hyperlink of any company particular name, you will be able to see, just click on it. It will take you into the company specific page, which is called company specific provisioning page, and here you will have a lot of options of relevant and respective module, different modules related. And the main activity will be under the very first one, which is called as company setting. And when you click on it, you have the activation point, a lot of several different modules and feature related. So company setting is a place where you do all the enabling and the check boxes and all. As you can see, we have different check boxes in the company setting. So here you can see language pack as a section. So in this language, what all languages are required, you can enable and disable. So out of 43, you can enable what you want. All languages are not required in the system. Any question till now?
Even language settings is done in the instance. I thought it should be done in provisioning.
Yes, yes. There are some activations that I told you before. Those activations are done in the provisioning.
Okay.
Activation is just nothing but the check boxes. If the employee are from India, then how may require Hindi and English, whatever he want. If my employee are from India and Middle East, I only need English and Arabic. If my employees are from China, he needs Chinese. So based on localization, I would enable languages. And out of 10 module, if customer has taken license of 3 module, so activating the 3 module in that module, which feature and which functionalities to be activated, that all would be happening in the provisioning. Got it?
Okay. So for India that has multiple languages, you have to check all the languages
Yes,
in India.
yes, yes. Basically, if you talk about Middle East, where they most of the people are speaking Hindi, Urdu, English, and Arabic. It all depends upon the client requirement. If you go for the Europe, every European country has their different own languages, like Italy, Italian, Germany, German, Finland, Finnish, Sweden's Swedish language. So all are different, but they will also enable one language for English, and we have the translation available in the 43 languages that are supported right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
For example, a customer having compensation module as licensing, they enabled compensation module. In that compensation management module, which feature and functionalities are required and not required, they can just enable it. So in that way, provisioning is all about a place where all the enabling switches will happen. Switching mean just you can see check boxes. The checkbox we have check is marked as gray with tick mark, and the one which is not is blank.
Okay.
So in that way, provisioning is all about a place where all the enabling switches will happen. We don't have to done main configuration done here. The main logical configuration all we done in the front end instance system that I have already shown you before. So this is how provisioning system will have thousands of checkboxes. Keep scrolling, you will see provisioning is a system never accessed by a customer. It is only accessed by a certified consultant. So this is all about the provisioning system. Why it accessed by the SAP certified consultant? Because there are some activations, and if those activations are disturbed, then the credibility of the system and the system will fall. So that's why these are only accessible by the certified consultant. Any question till now?
Okay, so does it have to be, do you have to have access to it as a certified SF consultant, or depending on who is granting the admin access?
No, just only the certified SAP SuccessFactors consultant who has done the active who has got the active certification. So that's why I refrain you not to appear in the exam.
Exam.
Just wait for us a while. So
Okay.
because that certification will hold for just of a couple of months. So after that, when the delta came, you will have to reappear in the exam. If you will not do with the stay current, then your certification will expire.
Okay.
because on every 6 months they will release new system upgrades and all this. So that's why they will have to every time you will have to update your certification uh, with the stay current.
Okay.
Once you have done with the certification, it's the company responsibility. If they want you to pursue that certification, they will have give you the professional learning hub where you will be able to appear on your stay current assessment from your learning hub.
Oh, okay.
And that it's not like that was very costly, around 1800 USD dollar. That was the cost of professional learning hub, so everybody will not have access for it.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay. So so now I want you to tell you about activate methodology. That's the main important thing in SAP success factor. So till now we have been discussed about what is success factor, what is cloud software as a service SaaS model, and what are the different models in SF different system. All this is high level idea that we have now. Before go into the system configuration, let's level configuration level discussion. First we should have the basic understanding of how success factor project will be going on and to be implemented in the real time. So the way how the success factor project is implemented means the stages. So right from first step to last step, what are the stages of the project? We have to understand all the stages consolidated. We call it as a methodology of implementation, and success factor follows for the implementation of project SAP as activate methodology. Whenever the SAP activate methodology, we have four stages. The four blue color highlight stages that are important stages to be implemented in the project, as you can see in this diagram pictorial representation.
Prepare,
So till now
explore,
any questions?
realize,
We
and
will
deploy.
move on. Yes, discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. These are the four stages. So
So,
any question from your side?
so,
So we
do,
will go into the deep discussion.
so does this work for new SF implementation or for
Yes, yes, yes.
organizations that are new
New
only?
implementation,
New only.
new implementation. Yes, because every client or organization are going for SAP SuccessFactors, they must have to follow these activate methodology
What
because
about
it has standard pre-delivered by SAP SuccessFactors.
organizations that have been using the premise before now?
Means I didn't get you. Can you please
I said,
repeat down?
how about organizations
Hello, Daniel, your voice is still breaking. Can you please come up again? Can you please come up again?
how
Your
about
voice breaks.
organizations that have been using HCM before now and are now trying to use
No, this is what I'm telling you. The organization will have to start for SAP success factor. They will have to follow these activate methodology. And if any organization that is running before SAP success factor, they have just used this methodology. This was
Okay.
the standard given by SAP success factor that you have to follow.
So for greenfield and brownfield, they still have to use Activate.
Yes, they have to use activate methodology.
Okay.
Even you are migrating from your recent SAP HCM to SAP success factor.
Okay.
Before
Noted.
they are using blueprints.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So now let's get the deep discussion. What are these phases? Prepare phase. The prepare phase is the first phase where the consultant is not involved. It's all about the project management level. Say, for example, Coca-Cola as a customer and IBM as an IT consultancy company. They will discuss how many modules we are going to work on this project and is what is the timeline, 4 months to 6 months, whatever. All this project level discussion, the budgeting, that all happen in the prepare phase. Project documentation, what they have to prepare, they have to prepare SOW statement of work document, project character, project charter, all that. And at the end of prepare phase, IBM will even allocate the consultants for the project. So those consultants who are allocated for the project, they will start doing the requirement gathering in the phase of explore phase. So from there, our main role of the consultant is starting from the explore phase, which is all about the requirement gathering. That's the important phase. So now if the customer is implementing four modules: Employee Central, EC, RCM, Recruitment Management, LMS, Learning Management System, PMGM, Performance and Goal Management. So for every module, there is one dedicated consultant assigned. For sure, you can't assign only one consultant for all modules. As the prerequisite of from the SAP, you will have to designate one consultant per module. If you not designate one consultant per module, they will remove the license of the consultant, and even sometimes also remove the license from the client side. That's why they are very strict about this. So the next phase is explore phase. So in the requirement gathering, they have understanding the existing processes, what the expectation from success factor, what are the point areas in the existing system, and what are the further expectation. All that is what the requirement gathering process happens in the explore phase. The next phase is realize phase. Then the third phase is the lengthiest phase, that is realize phase. Realize phase starts with the configuring realize stage. We have both configuration stage and testing stage side by side, configuration by consultant and testing by the customer.
Okay.
We do all the configuration to be done in the development system. There are three systems like we have in SAP HCM S4HANA: development, dev, testing, QA, quality assurance, and production, which is live system. So first we will start with the development system. When done the configuring in the development, we will copy all the configuration to the quality system, which is place where the testing will be done by the customer. And when the customer is fine and satisfied with the configuration, then we move our configuration free from error from the quality to main life, which is PRD production system. So basically realize phase will use two system: development for configuring and quality for testing. So by the end of realize phase, which is the longest phase, the testing is also done and customer is happy with that. We move all our configuration from quality to production. All will be happen in deploy phase. This the last phase. And in the production, moving all the configuration, setting up all the roles and authorization. So this is the main system every employee is going to access. So as an employee, as HR manager, as head of department, HOD, CEO, chief operating officer, so different people, different roles, what all we will assign. And the data upload, if the customer is using SuccessFactors today, it does not mean they starting their business today. Might be they are running since 20 or 30 years back. So whatever the employee existing data into the previous old system, that has to be uploaded into the SF during the deploy phase. So that's why we have four phases. As you can see in the diagram, we have four phases in which way all the real project of SAP SuccessFactors will be executed generally. Previously, we are using business blueprint. Documentation contains hundreds of pages, all processes, validations, logics. We don't go with the fresh, starting from zero, freshly preparing of document and all. Now, business blueprint is replacing that from activate methodology. Now, any question on this activate methodology?
So just two questions. So in the
Okay.
activate methodology, do we have an instance where we still have to do functional specifications for the ABAP pass?
No, we are not required a BAPR on the success factor. This is I have told you before. Success factor is free from a BAPR. All all the customization, all the configuration are done from the functional side.
Okay.
We don't require any mapper. We just require a mapper when we will have to integrate this system to the external system, like for example we are running success factor for employees handling and for time management and HCM for payroll. Then you will have to move your all the employee data from SAP success factor to HCM via CPI cloud platform integration. So for that integration you will need of a mapper. Just you don't require any mapper for this.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Then the
That's
question.
the beauty of SAP SuccessFactors.
Okay. Thank you. And the second question is, by the time you're moving transports from dev to QA, are we still using the same
Okay,
T code like SC10, SCC1?
I understand. I have already used before. That was the transport number, TR number against when you are moving from development to quality. You are using SC10. You will release the transport number from
Yes.
SC10, and then you will go for another
Again,
T code that I just forgot. I
again,
think you will might be able to tell that T code. I think I'm
SCC1.
just not remembering that T code. SCC1 exactly. Then from SCC1 we are moving from importing or transport number from development to quality, and then from quality we are moving from production.
Yes.
Since we don't have any transport number, Daniel, on SuccessFactor,
Oh,
we have just one tool uh, that I'm just forgetting the name. Zoya can help me. I just forgot right now the name of that tool. Zoya, can you please tell me that name?
oh, okay.
Which name? Which name, please?
Uh, the tool from where we are moving our configuration from
Copy
development to
company settings. Copy
testing.
company settings.
Yeah, thank you, Zoya. Thank you. That was the tool Daniel used. This is a very easy tool rather than transport number. We just have to give our company ID instance name from where we are moving, from which, for example, from which we are moving from, for example, we are moving from development to testing. We just have to give the testing company ID. So all our configuration and activation are moved just from quality to so actually, SAP SuccessFactor is giving a pre-delivered template to gather the data of each and every module of SAP SuccessFactor. Those documents are called workbooks. It is predefined template. So what I should ask to the customer, we just have to fill all the Excel sheet with all the response of a customer. Just hold on, let me open the workbook. Okay. Now I will go through the standard workbook configuration file. These workbook configurations file are given by the SAP SuccessFactor. Whenever you will start your a new project, then on the basis of that project, SAP will provide this configuration book for the requirement gathering process. In this workbook, you will be able to catch all the requirement gathering of a customer on various areas. So this current one is relevant to Employee Central module. We have different workbooks even for Employee Central. Now, just right now, I'm showing just EC Foundation Object Workbook. We have Position Workbook and Succession Data Model, Employee Profile Workbooks, different workbooks. Even you can say we have 5 to 6 workbooks for Employee Central module, and for every module we have different workbooks.
Okay.
So as you can see, we have table of contents, legal entity data. I'm just letting you one by one again. So this is how your Excel sheet of workbook look like. So you have a lot of Excel configuration workbook file for each and every module with multiple Excel sheet workbooks are standard like this contains EC related data that you have to collect to establish organization. For that you must know the HR data. So to get the HR data you have to configure organizational structure. For organization structure, first standard object is company, normally called as legal
Full
entity.
entity.
As you can see, we have different legal entity. Legal entity on HCM we call as company and company code. Okay.
Okay.
So to get HR data, you have to configure organization and okay. First object is company, normally called as legal entity. You have to maintain the list of companies who are working in case of group of companies that you are implementing. For example, if you are going to implement for Almarai, that is a very big MNC company of Saudi Arabia, it has multiple companies under. It has Almarai Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Oman, all over the Middle East. They have companies, etc. They all come up with different entities that are needed to be mentioned. On each company has a lot of departments, lot of business unit, like this: legal entity, business unit, division, department. So they all come up with different entities. So
Okay.
all are noted and mentioned in each company has a lot of department, division steps. So these are all standard organization of a company. The standard objects that SAP SuccessFactors has given us, which is legal entity first, business unit second, third is division, and the fourth one is department,
Um,
and the fifth one is cost center. But as far as the organization structure, the standard objects that are pre-delivered by SAP SuccessFactors are: first is legal entity, then come up with business unit, then with division, and then come up at last department. On these four, we can create multiple custom objects as much we can, because all are MDF based object, metadata framework, free from XML dependency objects. And even if company don't have to follow standard, they have their own organization structure, we can maintain in that way. So when we do requirement gathering, as you can see, just come up with here. Okay, when we do requirement gathering, what we are supposed to do: so when you go to extreme right in every sheet, you will like location. As I will show you location, just let me go to location, just hold on here.
okay.
Location, it's all about list down the names of cities. Like we have location code, location name, description, like we have Sydney, Berlin, whatever. Location should have a lot of other details we have to capture. So the start date from which the location is applicable on your business, whether your business location is going to operate 7th May 2016 or 1st January 2010, whether your date or your business is going to operate is effective start date. So you have to maintain that. Here
Okay.
you will see on location we have also date, start date. Here as you can see, this is start date.
Okay.
And you have to maintain the code of every location. As you can see,
Oh,
code, location code, location name, location description.
location.
This is the configuration workbook where you will have all the field system label, type, data type, maximum length,
Entity.
required or not, customer label, this is mandatory or not, like this is the configuration. And this is how this configuration looks like this, as you can see in this screen.
Wow.
As you have to maintain, this is the configurational sheet, and this is the data sheet.
Okay.
Here you have to maintain code for every location that will differentiate your location in decent way. Name of location, status mean currently your business is active or not. Okay,
Okay.
these main details that you have to maintain in the location object. So this is how the standard location skin looks like, as I've shown you before, like this. The configurational object for the location looks like. Okay.
Okay.
In the requirement gathering period, in explore phase, you will show these to client and ask the customer whether these are fine or you want to add some more fields. Like in the name of custom, we have, just let me show you at the last, just let me come to legal entity. Here at the bottom we have in the name of cust, cust. If client asks any custom field, we can just have start with cust. Okay.
Okay. That will indicate anything customization.
Yes, that was the custom field whenever you want.
Okay.
Ask the customer whether these are fine. These are the standard. Most of the customer will go for the standard, and if they want any field or anything, we can just add at the bottom. We
Okay.
cannot add in between them. These are the standard. After the at the bottom, you can have any custom field if customer ask.
Okay.
So in case same like as location, you want to capture department data, you have to check on department tab. Just let me go to department. See on the name of cost like this.
Okay.
The cost center is the last field we have, and if customer want anything like for example, I want anything with the name of custom, then we will maintain that field.
Okay.
In the name of custom, we will give a label, and type will give the uh, as data type,
Ah,
and maximum length what it holds, and it is required or not, and mandatory or not. Okay.
okay.
So so as you can see, activate methodology realize phase. So in realize phase,
Wow.
sorry, so this is all the requirement gathering happens in SAP explore phase. You will show these workbooks in this explore phase, as you can see in this explore phase. Okay.
Okay.
So now in realize phase, for example, if you have 5 months of timeline to work on a project, 20 weeks. So now SF follow agile process. Agile, you will have to use incremental way, showing your updates to your customer. Say if you given around 20 weeks of time, you can initially work 5 to 6 weeks ongoing for the customer, and for walk to the customer to go through the product. In that 6 week, you have done 20 to 30% of configuration, showcase that whatever to correct to any understanding issue, any changing noted, back to office work on the previous configuration correction, change scenarios, etc. And again, after almost 12 weeks, he walked to customer in front of the customer for one or more walkthrough, and these walkthrough are called sprint session iteration. Whenever you will go through walk through with the customer and tell about the system and show the system, and then if client ask anything, then you will go again for a sprint session. First of all, you will do the base functionality, and if you got after that sprint session 1 iteration 1, and then we will walk through with the client. And if client give you any additional requirement, then you will go for the second iteration
Iteration.
sprint session, and then walk through, and on the final configuration sprint session third and walkthrough, and at the second last you will done the integration testing, and done after that user acceptance testing UAT, and then sign off. Short duration cloud implementation might have only one sprint session.
Wow.
So again, after almost 12 week, he walked through the customer. Through 12th week means almost 60% of your work is done. So this time 60 to 70 of your configuration is ready. So here, two round of walkthrough. If any additional requirement recommendation that is added, any additional change or expectation happen, he recorded. So he come back to office, work on the remaining configuration, and complete the 100% configuration the system, and walk through to the end-to-end process. Finally, the third round of walkthrough. So this way, in multiple stages, you are giving a chance to customer to have a look at the system, to progress of the system. We are indirectly giving them a chance to participate in the system working. So both of us are working, hand working on it. So there is no chance last moment surprise and all.
Mm.
And this is the beauty of the agile process that we
Yeah.
as a success factor consultant recommend to use agile
Agile
process.
process. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are three round that a customer strategy or participating that companies follow in real time. So there are a huge project like MNCs, they are got operating on business across the globe. So the project period will go long for 1 year or so. The iteration session will be extended to like 6 or 3. It all depends upon the project length, the number of iteration you will divide. And here maybe 2 to 6 rounds. It all depends upon the alignment of IT company and the client side. And once we talk 3 walk throughout and the work is done, we release the product for testing and training. All is that. So this is how realize phase where the configuration testing training happens. So that's why this is a very huge lengthy way. We change it as compared to legacy approaches, incremental way of demonstrating the progress of the project to the customer. So that is way to explore phase and realize phase and different form of normal implementation strategies. Now, any question from your side?
No, those two things, it's not a question. Actually, the workbook that you shared
Yes.
during certification, I realized that they bring lots of questions from the workbook.
Yes, yes, just ask.
So I don't know why they do that, but that's not a question. It's just an addition. I don't know why they do that. So it's fine.
Basically, it's just like if you will follow the legacy system on S4HANA, you will go for the requirement gathering from the client in the form of FSF, Functional Specific Requirement Document. Got it?
Yes.
That document name, FSF. So, workbook is just like the similar FSF.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's not that different at all. It's just we have divided this into the phases so we can configure our project more easily, more concisely.
Oh,
Once the workbook are done, then configure sorry, requirement gathering is done, then client will not for example on HCM side you will done the function, give the FSF to a mapper, and then that a mapper will done the work through that way. It's just like the similar way. Then you will sign off the FSF. Then client will not move from his like you can say what he has given the before requirement. He will not change at that moment. Okay.
okay. Okay. Thank you. Noted.
So if you have seen an example of a project plan covering all these stages, for example, this project is 20 weeks of timeline means 5 months, as you can see in this diagram. So this is how the project plan is expected. So as you can see, first 2 weeks can be given for consultant.
Okay.
Sorry, to do the requirement gathering. As you can see, month one, month two, month three, month four,
Months.
and we have divided months on four weeks
Weeks.
on four equal phases. Yes, and here we have phases: prepare and explore, realize. As you can see, realize phase is the biggest phase, and deploy. On week one, on from week one to week two, we have done the configuration. Sorry, configuration workbook requirement gathering. My apologies. They start working on the project configuration. Here they work for 5 to 6 weeks. As you can see from week 3 to week 7 we have done iteration 1, and on week 8 we go through the sprint session with the client, and then come on back with any additional
Okay.
requirement we will do from week 9 to week 12 in the name of second iteration, and then we will show on week 13 system to client. And if we add any more final requirement, then we will come up and for week 14 to week 16 we done the last iteration 3, and on week 17 we show, and on the second last week, week 18 to 19, we done the UAT user acceptance testing, and on week 20 we just go live the system. So as you can see, the realize phase is the big phase. As you can, it involves from week 3 to around week 19, around you can say 2 to 3 months depending on the project length.
Okay.
So here the work for 5 to 6 week, then he goes for the front of the customer through 8 week, as I already told you before, all that UAT and everything. So so that we can have a project plan prepared with this high level example. There are projects which will go for 25 week to 30 week. week 20, week will, it all depends upon the number of modules, countries, and how complex the HR process and the project plan is.
Okay.
So you didn't ask me one thing, where I will get those all the workbooks.
I don't want to be selfish. I I don't want to be selfish because
So
if
most of the consultant will ask, where do we get the configuration workbooks from SAP SuccessFactor? You can download workbooks from Partner Edge.
oh, for free.
Okay. Yes, for free, but you have the certification active US user ID. Basically, why SAP is asking for active certification? Because when you have done with the SAP SuccessFactors certification, you will got one S user ID, and if you are the part of any consulting firm, you will give your S user ID to your consulting firm, and then that firm will attach your S user ID with themselves, and then you will be able to access the few links of SAP with the help of that S user ID. So you can download workbooks. Most of the configuration files we can download from the Partner Edge. That's the SAP portal.
But
And we have one more question: can anyone download it, or just the partner has to access? Only a certified consultant with active S user ID. As I told you before, that
so
the
so
importance of active S user ID.
so
That's why.
so before one question before the S user ID for the certification.
Hmm.
At the moment, I
Hmm.
have an S user ID. What's the difference between that one and after the certification?
That was entirely different. When you have done with the certification, then you SAP SuccessFactor will give you one S user ID. That was the other S user ID. That was S user ID where you can will be able to access KBA support. But for all these, for provisioning access, for Partner Edge, for all these, you will have the S user ID coming from SAP SuccessFactor certification, active certification. You
and
can get it from there.
and that has to be renewed every 6 months.
Yes, every 6 months. If you didn't give the Delta exam, then your certification will expire.
So after every 6 months, you have to pay for new certification.
Can you please
After every
again
six
tell me?
after every 6 months, I will have to pay for new certification.
Yes, yes.
Wow,
Because but if your company will give you professional learning, then you can do from them. That's not the issue.
wow,
Most of the companies are offering.
wow. Okay.
Okay, so
Uh,
here we have some useful links from the SAP SuccessFactor Partner Edge, SAP Customer Community, community.sap.com support portal. These are all links are accessible with the help of SAP S user ID. Okay, and
Okay.
so now we have three different system of SAP SuccessFactor, and how to differentiate. As we have three system in SAP S4 HANA, the same we have structure in SuccessFactor. So how to differentiate those on SAP SuccessFactor? As you can see on SuccessFactor, this system is development, testing, production. So we have three system. The company ID
Okay.
will be given in this way with 10 character ID. You will be the same with the last character development. When you have a capital D, then it's for development, and if you have T, this is for testing,
Yes.
and P for production. Just let me show
So so
how
so
the
is it only
company
the
ID
alphabet
will look like.
that differentiates them?
Yes, this ID is given by the SAP SuccessFactor. When you buy the SAP SuccessFactor license, this ID will given by you uh, by SAP SuccessFactor. And in coming session, we will discuss how to get this. Uh, when you apply for any consultant, how to get all these access in the next lecture. Capital D at the end, then
Yes,
it is for
the
development
development.
server. Huh. If it was T, then it's for testing, and it was if P, then it was for production.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are in the instance. In this instance, in the admin center, as I told you before, this is the place where all of the configuration will be executed, like in S4HANA SPRO. This is the place that can be given access only to the consultant, not the customer side from the
Okay.
employees. So apart from consultant who are doing configuration from customer side, also few people will be nominated who are given and they are the administrator. So once, for example, the project has been running and now the completed an announcement of the go live. So after this go live, now anything to be done on the system, now the company side administrator have to do, not to the IT company side consultant come to do. So for every module have its own administrator like Employee Central, EC, PMGM, Performance and Goal Management, RCM, Recruiting individually have its own administrator. So the consultant will have the full access and administrator will have some limitations on this access. Limited access can be given on this admin center, but normal employees,
Okay.
HR manager, HODs will not be given. Even the CEO, the company owner will even don't have the access for the admin center or provisioning. That's much strictness SAP will follow. So in the same place under admins user, you will have send welcome user email. Just let me write it here. Send you sorry send user welcome
Email.
email.
Okay.
This is last point. To send new welcome email to new joinees of the employees. For this you don't need to do any specific configuration, it's default feature just to use that feature. So let me explain how to use this. So whenever new employee join, you have to use this welcome email. What should be the email body and email subject, that is already predefined by SAP SuccessFactors.
Oh,
So like welcome to SAP SuccessFactors, your login information, what is your username and password and all that,
wow.
all will be given to you in the form of tokens. Tokens are system generated strings
Wow.
that you can see employee username login which is already been entered in the system and the employee, so and the employees are hide, so that will automatically be picked up. So you can set his own password where a random URL will be generated for every user like that. So this is the standard content that will be triggered, as you can see on the subject, email subject welcome user, welcome to
Wow.
SAP SuccessFactors. Email body we have, just let me back to a little bit. So welcome to SuccessFactors, your login information username here, to whom you are sending, it will automatically get that username and password URL and signature.
Wow.
But if a customer want to add any additional changes, he don't want to be a simple, he can enhance it with his updated content. You can trigger that notification. But no, whenever the changes, but now the changes you have done, you have to come up from the screen. You have will come up with the default again, the old standard content. Every time you will done any changes and then if you come back, you will have the default skin come back. So this is about welcome email option. You can search it for whoever want to send it for all the employees of a particular department at once. See here, you will choose all employees. It will send to the all employees, all HR representative, all matrix manager.
Yes. Other.
But down the line, I will told you in future classes what is matrix manager, with direct reports only, without direct reports only. Here you can filter all divisions,
Wow.
constructions, all this, all departments, locations.
Wow.
Even you have two options: send system message by a group of people, or send a system message by a
A
user.
user.
Yes, a user means specific one
One
person.
person.
For a single user you want to send, you have a second option that I have already choose for a user.
Wow.
When you see this option, you also given filter option to search for apply individually, like this first name last name. For example, I want to send it an employee called Alex, search for that guy under username. Now that Alex name will be come at the bottom. Select the checkbox and click send system message. That email will be triggered to that. Just let me show you. On username, I will write Alexi as I have already know his username. So it will again refresh it. I don't know why it refresh. Just let me see. Okay. Yes, it will refresh it one time.
Wow.
So you will have to select this checkbox. So you will be able to see, you can see login name, first name, last
Yeah.
name, where is division, department, location,
Communication.
job code,
Wow.
and then you will be able to send system message.
Message. Wow. Okay.
So this is how welcome email can be sent to every new joinee in the company.
No.
Now, when I have sent it, then this person will be able to see the notification of a welcome user email in his email ID.
Able.
See, the system sent email notification process is started successfully. Please check for any email notification regarding the final
Run a
process. He will
process.
get the email on his email notification.
Wow.
So this is for all today. So on the next class we will start with day one activity. For example, you have hired as a consultant. What's your responsibility when you have joined the consulting firm? What's your day one activity? Okay, you are certified and you have joined the company when your project manager come to you and you have to allocate it to this project. So now what is the first thing that you are required to do in success factor, that we will discuss in the next class. So if you have to contribute towards the project, what you have to do for the configuration, you need system access, URL, everything we will discuss on the next class. So any
All right.
question for this, Daniel?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You are a great teacher. Thank you so much. I'll
That's
keep
nice
because
of you.
of time. I'll
Did you
keep my
get?
question till next session, please.
No, you can just ask.
So
No
so
worries. I
so
can.
so my question is just you typed Alexi. Is there any
Yes,
upload that has been done before now, or how did the SF system recognize that name?
yes. On IDA system, we have some predefined users that are already here for the testing. But when you are go live with this system, you have upload all the data that you have get from the old system of the client. When you upload, then you will be able to see all those employees that are in the system. And if any new employee came, for example, if you are working Pro or any Accenture, then you are hired on Accenture, then your HR representative will add you in the system on add new employee skin. I will let you show. So I will get an idea. Add new employee.
So for data upload, do we have to use
Just
the
hold on.
worksheets?
Daniel, just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just
Okay.
hold. This is the screen where any of the employee after the go live will come. Then HR will hide that employee in employee central from this screen. Add new employee. Before that, we will use CSV file to upload all of the employees in the system to add in employee central using CSV comma separated file, because for example, if company has 1 lakh employees, then you will enter 1 lakh employees with this manual entry. No, you will do with master data upload, as you have already aware of what is master data upload in SAP HCM. The same file we will have like this in SAP SuccessFactor. We will follow all the templates down below. I will also show you the implementation phases. This is the very, you see, the last steps before the go live, when you upload all the master data files in the system. So whenever a new employee came after the go live, and we have uploaded all the rest of the
Okay.
employees, and new employee came, then we will add him through with this add new employee. And if employee came, then we will send him a welcome email from this send user welcome email screen. Now you got it, my point?
Yes, now I can see where you got the data from.
Yes. Now, what about your question related to workbooks? Can you
No, you already
tell
made
me?
mention that we'll make use of the CSV
Okay.
file to upload.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes, basically, we will answer the question from the trainer, and I already uh, have the in mind that what I have to tell you, so that's not the issue.
Workbooks.
Thank you.
Have a great week
Are you
ahead.
satisfied? Are you satisfied with this session?
Very satisfied. I don't just,
Okay.
the
Okay.
last class I watched the
Okay.
video, they all asked